I, 34F, found out my husband, 41 meters, did something unfathomably horrible, but I'm stuck. I'm shaking writing this post right now. I'm using a throwaway account. Yesterday, I went on my husband's iPad after having a bad gut feeling in my stomach. I saw something I was not at all expecting. It was a message from a woman friend of his. Not to give too many details to not reveal anything, but it alludes to her being done with him due to things that happened the last time they hung out. It talks about them having alcohol and possibly cocaine, since she talks about powder, and then it talks about him leaving her and her waking up alone, and it alludes to him doing something to her. And she is not pressing charges, but she doesn't want to hear from him again. I feel frozen. This does not sound like my husband, and I feel like I'm going through the motions of my life. I'm terrified to confront him, since obviously I don't know who he is or what he is capable of. I've been acting normal while inside I'm dying. I'm numb. I'm scared. We have a daughter and I rely heavily on his finances. I don't know how we would make it if we left. My question is, am I a terrible person for acting as if I don't know about this for now until I figure out how to make it out? I feel guilty about this woman and what she went through. I just don't know what to do. I feel like I need a few months to get my life together without him before I can leave for my daughter's sake. He has never been a danger to us, but now I look at him as if he is a stranger. TLDR. I found out my husband may be a monster. Can I go through the motions and not confront him for a few months while I make a plan? Does that make me as horrible as him? I'm scared. Edit. Answering questions I've seen quite a bit. 1. What did he respond with? Answer. Nothing. He never had a response. She said there is not a statute of limitations and not to contact again. 2. Where did I think he was that night, and why would I believe what she is saying is true? Answer. I looked back through my messages for that date she stated, and he was in fact gone to his brother's all night. I was unable to get a hold of him that night. That is a big coincidence in my opinion. Thank you for your kind and insightful advice. I'm taking it all in. If you're able to, I would highly suggest going through the motions until you are able to get things in order. While what happened to that woman is horrible, right now you need to focus on the health and safety and future security of you and your daughter. Talk with a lawyer to figure out what can be done. Get all your ducks in a row before having a confrontation with your husband. That way you have all the options available for you to make your decision. Your priority will need to be you and your daughter moving forward. There's no shame in pretending until you can make your escape. I'm so sorry you're going through this. It must be terrifying. Be kind to yourself. All you can do is make a plan and follow through. You've got this, mama. Heart. Gather everything. Bank account statements. Necessary documents. Talk to a lawyer. Have everything set up until you let him notice anything is wrong. Don't feel guilty. Your gut tells you something, and it usually is right. Oh gosh, no. The absolute best thing would be to not let him find out right now that you know. I would take a photo of this text so that you have evidence. This is important. Then I would speak to a lawyer as soon as physically possible and explain everything. If you have a family that you trust deeply, I would tell them in person what happened. Maybe they can help you sort it out or somewhere to crash. If you do leave, please be safe. Plan to do it when he's gone. For now, think about any important documents you may need and maybe get a firebox of safety deposit box to be stored somewhere else. It sounds like he did something dangerous, so I would not trust him. And if he finds out, you know, it's worse. Which is why you must do it in secret if you're planning an exit. I would be worried about your safety. If you do leave, have someone, a friend with you when you do. I worry about him being violent. My question is, am I a terrible person for acting as if I don't know about this for now until I figure out how to make it out? You are never a terrible person for doing what you must to survive. Ever. Single quote. I'm really sorry you are in this position and going through so much. You have not just yourself to think about but your child too. My childhood was a nightmare and I always felt so much guilt over things I did in order to survive. I've since learned through therapy that the things I've done to survive, I would never had chosen if I were not put in that position in the first place by my abusers. Let that guilt go. Talk with a women's shelter about how to leave a DV situation. They have resources and action plans to help you both get out safe. I would encourage you to screenshot that conversation and send to yourself and then delete that you did all that. Or, take pics from your phone. Get the evidence and save it in multiple places. Change all of your passwords on all email, social media and other accounts. Anyone is capable of anything. You and me are not excluded from that. Keep silent about what you know. Go through the motions. Make plans to divorce him. Execute those plans when you're ready. No, it doesn't make you as horrible as him. You didn't rape anyone. Firstly, doing whatever you need to survive and get out is totally acceptable. If you feel bad about it, look into the history of women de-escalating things with men. Laughing, playing nice, making polite excuses, etc., in order to protect themselves. We have a long history of it, so don't feel bad. Secondly, reach out to family, friends if you have it and can trust them to keep quiet. Explain however much you're comfortable with sharing about needing to leave because you no longer feel safe around your husband. I mean the type of family, friends who will take you in or help you leave and not breath a word of where you are. For your safety, I don't know your location, but look into charities that may help you get an apartment and a job to support yourself. Get your ducks in a row and file for divorce with sole custody of your child. Keep the evidence of his behavior and gather more if you can for the divorce and custody battles ahead. If you don't want him to be in contact with your daughter, are you beyond child support he will owe you? You'll likely need to provide evidence of his misconduct, why you feel unsafe with him and would feel your daughter is unsafe with him. Don't stay with someone like that though. There are resources to help you leave him. Please be careful when you're taking screenshots. Some families set up shared photo drives that all photos go to. If he sees you taking pictures of the screen, he may inadvertently find out you know. Contact any women's support groups or domestic violence programs. They may be able to get you out securely by protecting your identity and location. Make sure your location is off on all social medias, Snapchat, Instagram, Google Maps, etc. If you have any cameras on your home premises along with doorbells, you're going to have to find a way to pack discreetly and not be seen on those cameras. If you have to tell him you're cleaning out your closet for donations, that way you can pack things that he wouldn't really look into. Most importantly is get all your documentation in order and keep it in a safety deposit box at a bank. Get cash out. Get a security deposit box in your name. And get all the information you can, whether it's copies of the email you found, banking statements, tax statements, IRAs, any kind of financial assets you may have. You need copies of. Please be careful. Protect yourself. Protect your daughter. Save cash and hide it. If you only have debit cards, get cash back for every purchases and save it. Hide it well. Take screenshots of that message. Keeps multiple copies of the screenshot in different folders, on different devices, etc. If you are at all afraid for your safety and or that of your daughter, then it's wise to pretend and go through the motions until you can get out safely. Collect whatever evidence you can and keep things in a safe place. It makes you smart to not do anything rash until you can do it safely. Get screenshots or other copies of all of the evidence you found and store in a safe place. It may be very valuable to you in the future. No parents or other relatives you could go to. Keep quiet for now. Get photo evidence. Take a clear picture of the email and any other communication with your phone. Don't screenshot. Photo with your phone. Gather all the info you can as quickly and secretly as you can. All financial info, legal info, birth certificates, passports. Take photos and make copies. Store securely in password-protected cloud storage. Start contacting divorce attorneys. Retain counsel and do exactly what they tell you to do. Keep calm and act normal. Lie. If you go anywhere, take your daughter with you. Pack an emergency bag with clothes, medications, supplies for your daughter, and cash. Store this bag at a trusted friend or family member's house, or in a storage space rented to you. If you have a friend or family member you would trust with your life, you can fill them in on what's going on. They can help make a plan to keep you safe. Good luck. Lawyer. Now. And follow the rest of the advice here about taking pics for evidence and getting away safely. Then call the cops once you're safely away. Open a bank account separate to him. Start funneling money into it. Speak to a lawyer. Gather evidence. Speak to the woman claiming you've seen the messages. You haven't spoken to him but you deem him unsafe to have your child around. Get more info from her. Speak to family to see if you can line up alternative accommodation. Once all these are lined up, you leave when he's at work and tell him you know what happened and have filed for divorce. What was his reply? Could it be false? Is there motive behind it on either end? Was he apologize? Was he denying? Did he ignore it? I'm very much a two sides to every story kind of woman, and I would try and dig deeper before concluding anything on either part. There must be more to look into. Get back into that iPad and take pictures of the conversation. You may need it for evidence. Is no one here going to say get some actual evidence something actually happened? I am stunned at all of the people advising you to dump your husband and marriage on some unknown. Text. How do you know this is not some crazy? You say that this does not sound at all like your husband. Why are you believing any of it without at least doing further investigation? At the minimum, I would contact this person for more information. You have reason to believe what she's accusing him of is accurate?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.